future endeavors in competitive programming. Uh, so it's actually like quite different. It's quite difficult to catch up once you fall behind now. But then we kind of slowed down the syllabus from last year. So if you don't understand anything, don't hesitate to ask any questions again. Yeah. Have fun, I guess. Okay, so for those with like more experience, just look through the slides for syntax. I mean, just go to tiny URL and just look through it and try some problems on Codebreaker and get used to the platform. Usually, like just try the first few problems you see on Codebreaker or like those under this link. So yeah, what is so yeah, I guess like it's not a legit comparison. It's not exactly like making building applications. But CP is Informatics Olympiad, basically. The other term for it is Informatics Olympiad, where contestants compete to code solutions to like problems as quickly as possible. And of course, it's within a limited time. And NOI is 5 hours. 5 hours, 5 problems. Not exactly, not really similar to most Olympiads. To train for this, it really is just you brute forcing all the problems. Go like you need to do as many problems as you can in your life in order to get better. It is really just practice, practice, and practice. So it's a classic CP problem. This person was trying to stuff all her coins into a bag. Unfortunately, because her coins were so big, she could not fit them into her bag. Even though she tried her best to squeeze a perfectly solid coin, she did not succeed. So you need to write a program to help her decide which coins fit into the bag. Given n, which is between 1 to 500. By the way, this is how the problem statements would usually be phrased. You usually see letters which indicate the variables that you're going to be working with. It's basically the input variables. And these bounds, they tell you like what the input variables can be. They show you the limits. So that means in the input, right, n can only be between 1 and 500. And given n coins of weight wi and vi value 0 to 500. So that means the weight and value of the coins can only be between 0 and 500. What's the maximum value you can fit into a bag of size m? So yeah, stuff and brackets are called constraints. So how to solve that? Brute force every possible combination of coins and see which one has the most value. Yeah, it does give the correct answer, but like, hell, TLD, time limit exceeded. This is one of the biggest headaches of competitive programming. It's not just about writing correct code. You gotta write code that runs very fast. Yes, you have to write very efficient one. Okay, there's also like memory limit, but like literally zero people care. Although for like very easy math, I actually need to care for that. So like, yeah. If you're curious, right, the actual solution is dynamic programming. I think you'll learn this on day 3 if I'm not wrong. So yeah, look forward to that, I guess. So how do you AC a problem? And AC means all correct. Yeah, just pay the judgments. If this error happens, check a fault, tell us immediately there's something wrong with the charge. Well, make sure your code compiles. That means don't have any funny syntax errors, like AKA missing out the semicolon. If like for those who are just starting to do C++ after going from Python, right? This is a common error. Please remember to put semicolon. It's very annoying, I know. Yeah, I'll have the correct answer. So these are 3 more verdicts you can get when running a code through Codebreaker. You can get partial score, which means you AC'd some test cases, but you got wrong for the other ones. But this one is not very common. This one's quite rare. Usually most coding problems, there's no partial score. It's just you AC a subtasks. Yeah. WA is plain wrong answer. RTE is runtime error that basically means there's some kind of fault in your code, syntax error. And of course it must be within time limit. It's usually 1 second. So the algorithm must run very fast. It should run like fast enough to like meet the given constraints. If not, you get this TLE. And within memory limit, that means basically, right, don't like store too many things because now you reach the memory limit. But usually people don't reach the memory limit. Like usually like reach the time limit first. So here is the epic tales of CP. Like look at this. These images here, they literally describe what CP is. Look at this. One test case MLE, one test case WA. See? 167 out of 168 correct, but this one test case here WA. So what's the thing? So what's the result? All of this are zero. Even though you got almost every test case correct, it's all zero. So you must get everything correct. Yeah, CP is a scam, but that's the way of life here. So yeah, this is the CP roadmap. Right now you're here. Welcome. We aim to get you to NOY, which is in February, if I'm not wrong, late February. And if you do very well in that, like I think get a gold or something, then you can go for the Asia Pacific's Informatics Olympiad. And then there's an IOI selection test if you're good at NOI, like gold. And the top four in Singapore will represent Singapore in International Olympiad in Informatics. This one is damn elite. It's very hard to get into this. But like if you know Brian Xiaoboyang, he got an IOI silver like this year. So I think you can also like he's a role model. Yes. So if you ever want to succeed in CP, right, you gotta spend a lot of time practicing, like I said before, and you gotta have the drive to keep doing when things get tough. Honestly, right, sometimes when you do CP for some time, you might encounter a roadblock that you feel like you're not improving. Well, don't give up that because it's part of the learning curve. Just do more problems and you'll eventually get the hang of it. Just do more problems. That's basically how to do well at CP. And yeah, be prepared to be bad at CP for some time. Okay, CP setup. Firstly, the most important thing, code breaker. You should already have made this up, but if you haven't made it, go to code breaker and like sign up, click name your G, then like fill up the form with actual information. Don't put like funny name and like press register. Then tell us the username because we need to approve your account. So yeah. Next C++ compiler. Like you don't want to just edit your code on Codebreaker. You want to do it on your computer, of course. So the two major compilers are GCC and CLab. Windows, just download this. I'm a bit too lazy. It's on the slides. Mac, okay, Mac is slightly harder lah because okay, Mac is a bit hard to use VS Code. I'll go to that later. But yeah, just like download this. It's on the slides. I'll just access the slides and download it. So why do we use C++ instead of Python? As some of you would have noticed, right? We try to kill Python in like very easy math. We want to encourage you to use C++. It's so much faster than other languages are. Like some problems are just impossible to solve in Python. Because even if you make the best solution in the world, right, they'll just not pass the time limit. Because the time limits in CP, they are always like made in accordance to C++. They are like there's always a solution in C++ that's guaranteed to succeed. But Python is not guaranteed to succeed, so don't use Python. And secondly, C++ has a standard template library, which has a lot of useful code. That means that's like a sort function, which we will go through later. You see for yourself why it's like very goated. Okay, we're not using school computers, but if you somehow don't have a IDE on your computer, use online GDB or programmers. Uh, okay, I mean, do I need to go through this? Okay, I'll just just look through this because honestly, GD is funny. If you have any problems regarding setting up your setting up your CP environment, just like tell the trainers. Okay, okay. Let's start with the actual stuff.